This is an unbelievable amount of water that has allowed for a historic flood.
There's a big fire. Please send someone now at 509. We have a very large fire out on 1441.
In the very first moments of a disaster, first and foremost, imagine your doors being banged on by a fireman and he's screaming at you to get out.
I think there's shock, trauma, a little bit of denial. Is this really happening? I can't even fathom what it would be like to lose everything.
When everything that makes you comfortable has been removed in just a matter of minutes, you immediately start just reaching for help. You're looking for someone to help you put your life back together.
Austin Disaster Relief Network is a network of churches that are united to bring hope into crisis all throughout Greater Austin. And it's unique in the sense that God has brought His church together to organize and to get trained and prepare prior to disaster taking place so that we can mobilize as one church into the heart of crisis, therefore getting behind the yellow tape through the relationships that we have with leaders and officials and being able to serve those in real need at possibly the worst and most challenging times of their life.
I believe every business owner wants to play a part in a time of disaster, and what Adrn is doing is reaching out to the local businesses to organize in advance teams within their organization to be able to really find their niche and where they would respond best and to join us.
What I love about Adrn, they're pulling believers, they're pulling businesses, they're pulling together, and they're really offering a sustaining hand that's going to be there long after the disaster.
You know, out of all the ways that we respond in the midst of disaster, our #1 goal is to get the survivors into the hands of the local church, to walk with them over the next 2 or 3 months as they put the pieces of their lives back together again. And I am convinced that this is one of the most powerful ways that we, as the church, have to bring about transformation in the lives of the people that we serve. Through relationship, through the living witness of testifying of the goodness of God, connecting them with resources, and helping minister to their emotional and spiritual needs during that time. And by being united as a network of churches, we are empowered to step in and walk with these families to bring about the greatest help that they could possibly need.
Before you get the training, you imagine that somehow you've got to come up with all the answers. You're not asked to save the world or to come up with the totality of the solution. You're just there to do what was told you to do, whether that's mucking out a house or whether it's sitting across from a family in crisis and listening to their story.
And to see their life completely transformed by the end, where it was actually better than what it was before.
It's overwhelming that people go out of their way for other people. I just never knew that I was that important.
If they wouldn't have taken me on and helped me out, I wouldn't have been able to rebuild my house.
Just how amazing God is, you know, that He's taken a disaster, you know, turned it into a blessing in our lives.
I know that I can have confidence in Adrn, that if I see a need in my city, I can give, I can serve there, I can send people there. They're here to stay. They are serving my clients in a sense. They're a partner. I see us hand in hand working together.
Over the last 7 years, disasters have seemed to be growing in size, and the overwhelming need for people is huge. It's no longer if a disaster will happen, but when. One church can't do it alone. One government can't do it alone. One ministry or organization can't do it alone. It's going to take the entire community to come together, to work together, to roll up our sleeves together, to be trained and prepared in advance and be able to respond in a time of crisis.